wanted to connect with them. She wanted to communicate with them as they communicate with each other via text messaging. So she came to me and she mentioned this, and she was concerned about privacy. She didn't want people to be know her cell phone number, and she wasn't a large cell phone user either, so she really didn't have that connection to the cell phone that her students did. So she got an iPod Touch, and I told her about Twitter, and she started twittering with her classes, and they had a blast. She was able to, in the middle of the night when she remembered that book, she was able to tweet that out to her classes. When her classes were reading the young adult literature together, they were able to say, "Oh my God, I just got up to this point, isn't this wonderful?" And they were able to connect with each other in between those long weeks when they didn't see each other without having to go to a computer. It was more immediate for them. And I mean, in the end, they can also actually say, "I'm going to be late for class," and maybe the teacher won't get that tweet, but maybe one of the other students will. So it was very useful for her. There's a lot of ways Twitter can be used, and I tell my faculty about it constantly, hoping that someone else will try it. I think there's a lot of great resources there. Blogs and wikis have been around for a very long time, and as a department, we have been showing faculty members blogs and wikis for years, I guess. And some teachers, got it immediately, was interested, wanted to be out there blogging or wikiing with their class or having their classes blog. But a lot of teachers, a large group of our teachers, were concerned. They were worried, perhaps, of doing this for the first time out there in public. So they weren't ready to make that jump from, not doing it to now being completely out there with their students. So they were concerned about that privacy. So we have Blackboard, and we got a learning object, Journal LX, and that allows us to put blogs and wikis into their Blackboard classes. So only those people can get to those blogs and wikis. And we hope this is a stepping stone so they can go out there and be public with some of this information. But teachers were very interested. We got a huge turnout at the presentations. My colleague Paul Carson did a lot of presentations with that, and teachers were very interested. They blog a lot with their class. Some of them use it as a replacement for the discussion board in Blackboard. They like that timeline aspect as opposed to the topic aspect. Some of them are using it to talk about readings prior to class, so the teacher is prepared and the students are prepared when they come to class. And some of them are using it to continue that conversation from when they leave class. They can't finish, and they can continue it around until they meet back up the next week. We also have, with blogs, the wonderful thing is that everyone has a voice now. It's not only the loudest person in the class, the person who has that thought process where they can think about it right then and there and come up with a great response. They can actually sit there and they can think about their response, and they can go onto Blackboard in this case and reflect on what they were thinking about. There's also the private blogs, so students have the opportunity now to type up their student teaching experiences, their internship experiences, anything that they're doing, and only them and the teacher are able to see that blog. So that's been a very useful tool as well, without having everyone to go out and create a blog and make it private or put password protection on it and deal with a different login. So we really have been enjoying this inside of Blackboard in this case. We also use the wiki tool. A lot of times teachers want to do group projects. They want a space where students can talk to each other online, and they can use the wiki for that. Classes create frequently asked questions or collect definitions, something that they can collect together and edit together, and then in the end it has a nice export tool where they can take that text with them as they leave the class, so they don't have to worry about leaving it behind. And it really allows a community to form around these classes. Everyone is more individual, everyone has thought process, everyone has a name, everyone is really collaborating. And it's not only between maybe teacher and student, it also gets the students to connect with each other as well, without the teacher getting involved. And I think that's it. I was probably rushing.